Hey everybody, Davina here. Sorry it's been a while since I've connected. It's been busy time. I just completed just did a past life regression with a woman from China, and it was really wonderful. I love doing past life regression work with people. But one of the things that came out that she had heard for the first time, which maybe you will hear this for the first time or you've heard this before, but her guide had told her that it's very important with everything that's taking place right now, with COVID and with the ascension of the planet, the energy changing and everything that's going on, that is really important to follow the flow. And that following the flow right now is going to help you deal with all the changes that are taking place, right? Just surfing the changing times. And so I decided that I wanted to share with her that was actually a chapter in my book. It's never too late to be yourself, follow your inner compass, and take back your life. Because following your inner compass is also about following the flow. And so I decided I'm going to read from chapter 17 today and share a little bit with you. This actually chapter is called Keep the Faith and Follow the Flow. So it just seemed like, hey, what's in the flow right now? Chapter 17. So I'm going to begin with this Albert Einstein quote. I think the most important question facing humanity is the universe a friendly place? And this is the first and most basic question all people must answer for themselves. Albert Einstein. So as we're going through this time of radical change, global pandemic, do we believe that the universe is friendly, or do we believe that the universe is out to get us? And what was interesting was in this past life, and I will read from the chapter, but I just want to kind of touch back on this. In the past life regression that I just did with her, she had been a doctor in a previous life and had felt the futility of being a doctor, and just had felt very upset at the end of his life, at that male in that lifetime, felt very upset because people died anyway and he couldn't save everyone. And then through the regression and through connecting with her guide, that past life, he got to hear that some people weren't meant to live. They were meant to go on to the next part of their journey. And that was the healing. The healing was to let go of the body in this lifetime and to move on to the next journey and the next part of the soul's evolution and unfoldment. And so we can look at the pandemic right now and decide that we live in a hostile, unfriendly universe that's trying to kill us. Or we can go, okay, part of what's happening is that for people who are ready to graduate, for people who's are not meant to go on to the next chapter because they have a different journey, that's what's happening here. That's part of what's taking place with COVID. Doesn't mean that it's not painful. Doesn't mean that it's not sad when we lose people that we love, whether they die from a global pandemic, COVID, or from anything else. When we lose someone in an accident or whatever, it just means that they're going home and they're going on to the next part of their journey. But we miss them in physical form. We miss connecting with them, right? So someone you love has made the journey, or an animal has crossed the rainbow bridge. We still miss them. We miss having their presence in our lives, but it's time for them to go on and to do the next part of their journey. So, all right, so I'm just going to read a little bit from chapter 17, and then we'll do our meditation. So, keep the faith and follow the flow. As you take steps to live a life that is authentic and honors your true self, it's important to have faith. Our English word faith comes from the Latin word fides, which means to trust, to have confidence in. Faith involves listening to your heart's calling, entrusting yourself to this beckoning by taking steps in the direction of your desires, being willing to take intuitive risks, and thereby living a life that truly honors your spirit and your heart. As poet Patrick Overton said, when you walk to the edge of all the light you have known, When you walk to the edge of all the light you have and take that first step into the darkness of the unknown, you must believe that one of two things will happen. There will be something solid for you to stand upon, or you will be taught to fly. Taking steps in the direction of your inner calling is easier if you believe in a friendly universe that supports you. If you think the world is a hostile, dog-eat-dog place, you'll be more reluctant to answer your call, especially when you're being asked to let go and trust. However, if you can just act as if and take a step, and then the next step, and then the next, you'll find that the universe makes a way for you. This is the message that is shared in Jewish homes every Passover when the story of the Hebrew slaves fleeing Egypt is told. The Hebrews were slaves in Egypt. They escaped as far as the Red Sea, but they had no way to cross, and the Pharaoh's soldiers were right behind them. Some chose to give up hope at that moment and turned back toward Egypt. But one man, Nahshon, began walking into the water. He trusted that if God told Moses the people would be free, God would make a way where no way seemed possible. He walked in up to his nose, as the story is told, and when the water filled Nahshon's nostrils and he was about to drown, the waters began to part. The Hebrews made it across the sea to freedom. Many mystics and metaphysicians believe that the Passover miracle is a metaphor for the power of our own beliefs to move figurative mountains and part figurative seas. Miracles can occur in our own lives when we stay on the path of faith and trust in the goodness of the universe. It's also a reminder that we will face obstacles, that as we face obstacles, things will look impossible at times, and we must keep moving forward, committed to our vision, even when appearances would tell us that it's a hopeless cause. And I'm just going to pause there for a minute, because as we move through these times, begin to imagine, what can be reshaped? What are the systems that have been in place that just don't work anymore? For example, in the United States where I live, one of the blessings of the lockdown is that the kids are doing school online. And even though that has a bunch of challenges that we're dealing with, we haven't had any school shootings, right? So there's this weird blessing of we're on lockdown, so the kids don't have to worry about being shot at school. So one of the things that really needs to change here in the vision that I want to hold is a country, a world where kids don't have to worry about being shot at school, right? So what's a vision you want to create for your life now? And not just your life, but your neighborhood, your community, your country, the planet. How do we want to rethink what's happening on the planet, create a new vision for our planet, one that's more peaceful, one without nuclear war, one without bombing people? Imagine that. Let's imagine that. One where children don't have to fear being shot at school. One where there's more equitable resources. One where we are not dealing with global warming, right? So just have that vision for your life and for the planet. So what else do I want to say here? Some practices that I employ with my clients to increase a tangible sense of faith include connecting with powerful words and phrases like, I trust life, I allow myself to be at peace, I am willing to trust in a friendly universe, and I allow life to work to support me. I allow life to support me. We have the ability to impact our lives with our thoughts and our words. Thoughts like, my life is working out for me, create a positive anticipation toward the future, while thoughts like, nothing ever works out for me, there is no point in trying, darken our view of the future. Words like harmony and joy evoke positive feelings, while words like chaos and rage evoke more negative feeling states. I believe we can use words to shift our moods, which will shift our thoughts. We can use words to create hope, or we can use them to create despair. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to pause this for a second. I think I'll do another recording with more of this later, but I'm going to go right to this part that says go with the flow. One of the most important ways to keep your heart open and trust the universe is to go with the flow. When we let go of trying to make things go in a certain direction or to a particular schedule, when we no longer demand that situations work out in the way we think they should, the universe will guide us in an even better way than we can imagine. It's crucial that we learn to allow and accept. Instead of dictating how things should go, simply be aware of what doors are open. Notice the invitations you receive. Pay attention to which paths seem to lead to dead ends and brick walls, and which ones continue to expand. This is a time of deep listening to your inner wisdom. We must always remain open to how our waking dreams might take shape. An availability that requires freeing ourselves from the tendency to become attached to a particular outcome. When we let go of attachment to how it should be and follow the flow, follow the love, life's beauty opens up to us. So I'm going to invite you to imagine that the universe is friendly and working for your good. Trust that whatever unfolds today is connected to something greater, and be available to the flow of life, how it wants to unfold for you today. And now we can enter the stillness where we can listen deeply to where your heart is leading you today. So let's go and within. You want to make yourself comfortable. Just get comfortable in your seat, wherever you are. Allow your eyes to close and receive a deep breath. And just begin gently breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just allowing yourself to be supported in your chair, feeling your feet on the floor, or if you're cross-legged, just feeling being supported by Mother Earth below you. If you want, you can send a grounding cord from your first chakra down into the earth. Feel yourself being supported by the earth. And if you like, you can send a cosmic cord up from your crown chakra all the way up into the heavens. Just feeling yourself connected in time and space, connected to all there is. As we breathe in together, breathing in faith and letting go of anything that no longer serves us with ease and grace with each exhalation. I just invite you now to go together with me into the sacred silence. Good. For about 10 to 15 minutes. And just begin to become aware of how good it feels to be at peace, in your body, to feel your feet on the floor, to feel the gentle rhythm of your breathing, to feel the relaxed beating of your heart. And to know that you are safe, connected to the oneness and all of life. To remember that you live in a friendly universe where everything is working together for your highest good. And even in the appearances of what may look like lack or limitation or discomfort or chaos, there is an orderly pattern taking place. And that truly all is well. So, as Abraham Hicks might say, stay in the vortex, keep coming back to a place of peace inside of you, keep meditating, keep finding your center, keep following the flow and following your heart, letting your heart lead, and do the things that you need to do to stay healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Eat well, get enough sleep, connect with loving people in your lives, and be a source of love and connection to those around you. And take care of yourself. And I will see you again. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.